Hello, what's up? Welcome to World Hapkido News Show. We're officially live and dropping the latest event coverage, pro-level lesson guides, and the news you actually need. No filler, just the art. Let's get into it. Hey everyone, welcome back to The Circle. I'm Miss Tatsu, and today is going to be a bit different. We're diving into something that's honestly been shaking the foundations of how we think about movement, conflict, and, well, truth. Joining me is someone who doesn't just teach people how to defend themselves. He's basically rewriting the source code of martial arts. Grandmaster Richard Hackworth, thank you so much for being here. It's an honor.
Miss Tatsu, the honor is all mine. I am fired up to be here. We aren't just talking about punching and kicking today. We're talking about a total paradigm shift. It's a spherical earth moment, you know.
A spherical earth moment. That's a heavy metaphor, Richard. I mean, are you saying the rest of the martial arts world is still living on a flat map?
Honestly, yeah. In a way, they are. Look, for decades, people have been taught technique. If he does A, you do B. If he grabs your wrist this way, you move your thumb that way. It's all this memory-based. It's a flat, two-dimensional way of looking at a three-dimensional crisis.
So, like a script? People are learning a script for a movie that hasn't been written yet. Honestly, that sounds terrifying if you're actually in a high-stakes situation.
Exactly. It's a recipe for disaster. I call it the flat earth of technique. Most instructors are out here polishing these beautiful, ornate forms. They spend 30 years perfecting a specific tiger claw or a crane wing. And then a real-world physical altercation happens, and they freeze. Why? Because the script changed. The flat earth ended, and they fell right off the edge into chaos.
Ouch. I mean, I can see how that would cause some serious cognitive dissonance for an expert. Imagine spending half your life mastering a list of 500 moves, and then realizing it might not actually work when the pressure is on. How do people react when you tell them this?
It's not always pretty, Tatsu. I've seen grown men, masters with black belts up to their ears, just stare at me in silence. It's shock. It's the realization that their mastery was actually just a mastery of a very small, limited box. When I show them that one single, universal principle can replace 50 of their memorized moves, it's like telling a map maker the world is round. They don't want to believe it because it means they have to start over.
That's such a human reaction, though, isn't it? To protect what we've worked for? But if we don't evolve, we're just gatekeeping a lie. You talk about principles-based teaching. What is the why behind it? Take me into the soul of Hapkido.
The soul. It's rooted in the Korean concept of yang, harmony. We have three pillars. First is you, the principle of water. Think about it. Water doesn't fight the rock. It flows around it. Or, if it needs to, it builds up pressure and just shatters the dam. It's non-resistance.
Non-resistance. I love that. It's so counterintuitive to our society right now. We're taught to push back, to shout louder, to fight fire with fire.
And what does that get us? 2 burnt down houses. It's exhausting. People are walking around with so much tension, Tatsu. In the martial arts, if you meet force with force, the stronger person wins. Period. That's not art. That's just physics for bullies. But Hapkido, we use one, the principle of the circle. If someone lunges at you, you don't stop them. You lead them. You turn their linear energy into a circle. You gain centrifugal force. You're not fighting them. You're just giving them a tour of the floor.
A tour of the floor. I'm stealing that. But seriously, this feels like it applies to so much more than just a physical altercation. Like, our whole culture is so linear and aggressive right now.
You hit the nail on the head. This is a tangent, but look at social media. Look at how we argue. It's all linear. Point, counterpoint, attack, defend. It's miserable. If we applied the principle of harmony, Hua, to our conversations, we'd be looking for the synchronization of intent. Instead of I'm right, you're wrong, it would be where is this energy going and how can we both stay standing? We've lost the art of the circle in our society, Tatsu. We've become a flat earth culture in our hearts, too.
That's so true. It's like we're all just memorizing techniques for how to win an argument instead of actually understanding the principle of connection. Sorry, I didn't expect to get all philosophical about Twitter fights today.
It's all connected. That's the Hackworth Horizon. It's the vantage point where you see the whole globe, not just the patch of dirt under your feet.
Okay, let's talk about the neighbors. You compare Hapkido to Japanese Aikido and Chinese Chinna, and you're pretty critical of them. Why?
Okay, let's be real. I respect the history, I do. But Japanese Aikido, it's often too passive. They wait for the attack to harmonize. I don't have time to wait. In my system, we use proactive harmony. We control the environment before the conflict fully manifests. We aren't waiting for the storm. We're steering the ship around it. And Chinese Chinna? It's beautiful, sure. But all those animal styles, the tiger, the crane, the flowery movements, it's theatrical.
Theatrical? Like it's for show?
In a high-stress, real-world situation, your brain doesn't have time for theatrical. You need economy of motion. You don't look for a tiger application. You identify the center of gravity and you apply leverage. Boom. Done. When you strip away the costumes and the animal stuff, you're left with the truth of physics. And that's what I'm interested in. The truth.
The truth. It's simpler, isn't it? But harder to learn because you can't just hide behind a fancy form.
Exactly. It requires mushin, no mind. I use the Korean sword, kumdo, to teach this. With a blade, Tatsu, there is no room for recalling a move. If you have to think, oh, what was step 4 of the technique? You've already been unalived. You have to realize the opening. You have to be perfect in your structural integrity.
That sounds so final. The stakes are so high. Do you think that's why people prefer the technique-heavy versions? Because it feels safer to just memorize a list than to actually face that kind of raw reality?
Yes, it's the museum piece trap. People want martial arts to be a hobby, a performance. They want to fly through the air like Jihan Jae and look cool for the cameras. But those high-flying kicks, those complex 10-step locks, they fail. They fail under pressure every single time. And it breaks my heart because people are being sold a false sense of security.
It's like they're being given a map of a place that doesn't exist, and you're trying to give them a compass for the real world.
Yes, a compass. That's why we return to the original intent of the founder, Choi Young-sul. He wasn't interested in performance. He was interested in leverage. If you understand leverage, you can defeat a guy who knows 1,000 locks but doesn't understand the why. This is a logic-based science, Tatsu.
A logic-based science. I love how you talk about the faster learning curves. Like, instead of 1,000 techniques, you just need 10 principles applied 1,000 ways. That sounds so much more accessible for everyone.
It is, and it's about longevity. Look at me. I'm not getting any younger. My speed might fade one day. My high-flying kicks might turn into medium-flying kicks. But my understanding of principles, that only gets better with age. A 60-year-old who understands leverage is more dangerous than a 20-year-old who just has muscles.
I believe it. Richard, you've called your work a lighthouse for modern instructors, and I can see why. It's brave to stand up and say, hey, the way we've been doing this is outdated. What's the ultimate goal beyond the training hall?
I want people to stop living in a flat world. Whether it's in a fight, in their business, or in their relationships. I want them to perceive the world through the lens of universal truth. I want them to step away from the edge of the flat earth and realize the globe is massive. It's three-dimensional. It's full of infinite possibility.
Infinite possibility. Wow. Richard, I honestly feel like I need to go sit in a quiet room and think about my life for a few hours now. You really do challenge the certainties we all cling to.
That's the realization, Tatsu. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. But it's a good thing. It's freedom.
Freedom. I love that. Well, everyone, that was Grandmaster Richard Hackworth. If you're a martial arts school owner or just someone looking for that spherical earth moment in your own life, please check out the USA Hapkido Union or World Martial Arts Media. Get the professional coaching. Get the real-time calculation. Don't just stay on the flat map.
Come join us on the horizon. Thanks for having me, Tatsu.
Thank you, Richard. And to all of you listening, remember, the world isn't flat, and neither are you. Stay safe, stay harmonious, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in to the World Hapkido News Show. From beginner breakdowns to Grandmaster insights, the whole blueprint is right here. Catch the next event, level up your technique, and stay locked in. Hit the links in the description and subscribe to stay updated.